What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jay Weezy. Welcome to Jay Weezy's World. So it is July 3rd. Happy early 4th to you guys. So I'm at the store. I forgot my water bottle at the house. I forgot my liquid IV. And so I stopped at the store to get some. I've got this sugar-free white peach. Never had this flavor before. Let's go ahead and it's good. Definitely good. I think I might like that more than the lemon lime. So it's a little bit more subtle than the lemon lime, because it feels like the lemon lime, the regular one, is less limey and less sour than the sugar free. I feel like the sugar free is a little bit more, and it's good. Don't get me wrong, like the sugar free is still bomb. But I feel like it's a little tart, and so this peach right here is good. So it's about 9:40 in the morning, sorry, 9:58 in the morning. I'm about to head to the gym. I wanted to take you guys along my day a little bit. I'm still resting my wrist and forearm. I mentioned in my last video having an injury over the last week, and so I'm gonna do cardio. I'm gonna do fasted cardio. And are you guys fans of fasted cardio? I am. I actually like to work out fasted. I prefer to work out in the morning. So yeah, technically I can get a meal in, wait a little bit, then go to the gym. But I actually like a fasted workout because I don't like the bloat, what have you, so on. I don't know. I like the Silver Sneaker crew in the morning. Always got a lot of OGs on the block that'll give you information, great advice. But I just feel like, you know, whether it's morning or evening, the mental clarity after a workout is phenomenal. So if I can get a workout in and then go to work and all that afterwards, I feel like my day is set. So, but there is that afternoon crash, which, you know, can suck. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this fasted cardio in, and then afterwards I've got my boiled eggs, yogurt at the house, and I think I might stop by the store and get a little bit of watermelon, or maybe I might eat some navel oranges I have at the house. But some fruit for some natural hydration sounds pretty good, because I'm hungry right now. I'm not gonna lie. When I went inside the convenience store right now, I saw them sausage biscuits, and I was like, dang, that sounds fire right now. But obviously I didn't get one. But you know, that's the whole thing of it, is that, you know, I'm not trying to lead with my taste, as far as like, you know, I probably could have ate it and not really felt guilty about it. But I mean, why, man? Like, I'm about to go try to burn 400 to 500 calories, and like that would have just set me back. It's just nonsense. So let me just go ahead and not, you know, not let the my intrusive thoughts get the best of me, and go do my workout, stay on track, and I'll have my cheat meal when I have my cheat meal, because I try to have cheat meals, not a cheat day. You know, just my size of weight right now, I can't really afford to do so. And I will have, so my current weight as of yesterday morning was 346.6. So I'll have an update for you guys in another video, but I'll just put that on camera, a little photo. But I am thinking about doing like a weigh-in Wednesday, or like a weight loss Wednesday, but like some sort of check-in on a weekly basis. Let me know your guys' thoughts on that. Just to, for me, it's just like a way to hold myself accountable, to make sure I'm on track. Because no matter what, with my weight and size, like as long as I'm dieting and exercising, I'm gonna lose weight, right? But at some point, because somebody asked me the question, well, what happens when you plateau and you stop losing weight? Because I think everybody kind of gets on that. Let me get moving. Everybody kind of gets on the, understandably, you know, gets on the honeymoon feel when they first start getting back into the gym, you know, the first few weeks or after a few months, and they're losing weight. And they're, you know, like, oh, I've dropped 15 pounds this past week. I mean, naturally you're going to do that. You should. And so I really don't even like sharing with my, like, outside of my wife, like friends and family, like what kind of weight I lost, because, you know, everybody does that initial thing, and it's okay to have your celebrations. But my point is that I understand that I'm gonna lose weight based on the effort that I'm putting in. But I know at some point that if my goal, if I'm truly trying to lose 100, 150 pounds, at some point I'm gonna plateau. So I really want to put in the work now to understand the foods that I'm eating, how my body reacts to them, the type of carbs, the types of fats, and You know, when I'm talking about my goal cardio, losing X amount of, calories per workout, which I picked up from Chris Jones. I love and appreciate him for that. But I feel like knowing these things, and when I get to that plateau, I can make adjustments to my food and to my workout and cardio to where I can, when I hit that plateau, that I'll be able to make the proper adjustments, because I don't think I need to I don't want to wait to that point to try to figure it out. So I want to get ahead of the game, if that makes sense. And hey, when I get there, I'll have to cross that bridge to see if all the testing right now works. And so we'll cross that bridge then. But anyways, talking to ear off, I'm gonna go ahead and get this fasted cardio. And again, my goal is about 450 to between 450 and 500 calories burned. So we'll see. I'm gonna hit the sauna first, and then I'm gonna do a bit of stretching. Do you guys stretch before you work out? Some people just go cold turkey and just fresh out the car, lift. But let's get this workout in. I'm curious to know in the comments section how many of you guys use this piece of equipment, because me, I love it. So I also mentioned a few videos back, I don't just listen to music when I'm doing a cardio. I gotta keep my mind off the fact that I'm doing cardio. So I like to watch a movie or maybe some sort of series. Right now I'm watching Warrior on Netflix. Personally, I like it. It's just about fighting. Don't have to really pay too much attention to it. And so let's go ahead and get the treadmill set. I always go with manual. That way I can enter my weight. 346. Now, this is one of two machines out of like 30 or 40 in this gym that for some reason lets you do more than 30 minutes, and it was free. So I hopped on it, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do 45, which is what I usually do on my normal cardio days. I'm going to go for an hour, and I guess do my own personal PR, put it at 3 incline, 2.3 speed. Let's put in this work. Whew. I am drenched. Sorry if you guys hear the AC. It is hot. I'm hot. Hitting that sauna beforehand, and then hitting that hour. I don't know. Like, my goal, as I mentioned earlier, was to do about 40 to 45 minutes. Granted, it's only a 15-minute difference, but it's definitely a new PR on the treadmill. Yeah, I've done a 5K. Walking outside. For me, walking outside is a big difference. But still, super proud and thankful I had the will and want to do an hour, and I did an hour, and I feel really good about it. And it's interesting because I'm not really good about, like, on my watch, like, hey, I'm about to do a workout, bump, 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 bump. And so I use the treadmill, and then of course my watch, after about 4 or 5 minutes, like, oh, we detect a workout. Are you working out? Do you want to track it? I'm like, sure. So I need to get better at that, as like, because this is gonna have my heart rate, all of that. Because on the treadmill, I think it said that I burned, by the end of it, 620 calories, but on my watch it was like 640 something, and I'm gonna obviously lean towards my watch. But also, it didn't start tracking my workout until about 4 or 5 minutes into the workout, so it's probably closer to 700. But altogether, super proud, super happy with myself for doing it. I am hungry, and so I'm gonna go eat this breakfast. All right, so back at the crib and gonna sit here and eat this food. So let me show you guys what I've got. Right now it's about 1:45. So technically it's brunch, not lunch anymore, but I've got 2 large eggs, got some salt, pepper, some flavor enhancement, some Franks, a little bit of Franks on that, and then I have 2.5 servings of this cubed watermelon. I'll have the macros for everything on the screen here in a minute, as well as the calories for those that want to go ahead and check it out. Let's go ahead and get that thumbnail. Alright, so I got that, and then I have my Chobani. I said Oikos. So Chobani vanilla, 0 added sugar with honey. I'm telling you, like, I'm not a Greek yogurt person or anything, but like the combo of the honey in this, like, it's really good in my opinion. I've got my shot again. I got some ginger, orange, and lemon in here. Super good, and of course, just some water. All right. So workout was really good. I think I'm gonna do like a calorie deficit mukbang. I see mukbangs, you know, were popular for a while, and it's all this, you know, crazy food. So I might start that. Let me know what you guys think. Just like a mukbang of just good healthy food in a caloric deficit, and having a conversation, talking with you guys. So let's go ahead and take this shot first. It's got lemon, orange, and a lot of ginger, and so it's got a little spice to it. So the calories and everything are not in the macros and all that. I'm not tracking that. So super happy with getting that cardio workout in. What I'm setting myself up for, of course, with, you know, the weight loss itself, is I went ahead and signed up for a 5K. So the Arizona Diamondbacks have an annual Fighting Cancer 5K. It's in September, and it's going to be a lot cooler than it is now. So I went ahead and signed me and my wife up for the 5K, and we're going to go ahead and do that, because as it gets cooler, I'm not going to say do as many as I can. I just want to stay active and start, you know, once the 5Ks get a little bit easier, go ahead and do a 10K and kind of move on up from there, and not just focus so much on just, you know, lifting weights and being inside the gym. You know, you guys will see as we move forward, more outside workouts, all of that jazz, because I do believe there's a high benefit in being outside, and, you know, the workout is just different. So, you know, so with that, total weight loss as of now, so I started off at 273, I believe was my highest. I'm at 246.6. So if I'm doing the quick math, that's 27 pounds. My goal by the end of the year is I would really like to be under 300 pounds. Can I do that with it being January or July right now? Absolutely. It's just making sure I stay dedicated. So I want to take this clip and fast forward and have another video in January where I'm below that 300 pounds. My goal, my long-term goal, excuse me, sorry, I don't want to eat with food in my mouth really. Well, short-term, by the end of the year, I want to look like I lost weight. The long-term goal is I want to be healthy, but I want to look like I work out. You know, nothing crazy. I don't want to be buff or anything like that. You know, I want to have some stature. I want to have a, you know, good look, but I just want to be, you know, healthier. But, you know, that ego in me, I want to look like I work out. I want to have some good shoulders, good chest, good triceps, good back, legs, but I also want to make sure my cardiovascular is where it needs to be as well, because none of this other stuff matters if I can't run from zombies when, you know, the world comes doing it at some point. So we'll see how that goes. So, any of you guys had the yellow watermelon? A lot of the farmers markets, I know in the South you guys can get yellow watermelon. Big guy problem. Get some juice on my shirt. But yellow watermelon, and red watermelon tastes vastly different. I would say the yellow watermelon is more mild and sweeter, where this can very much be sweet, but I think this the yellow watermelon. It's the texture is also a little different. I don't really know how to put it. I think the yellow is just a different type of sweet, if that makes sense. But with hitting the treadmill and knowing that I sweated out, let me go ahead and take this off. Rob, thank you for the headband, brother. So with hitting the treadmill and losing all that water, you know, of course I want to make sure I replenish myself with some water, but I also wanted to get some fruit. I know it had just some natural hydration inside of it, so I'm not just this huge watermelon fan, even though I do really like it. I just want to get some in me. And to be as plentiful as it is, you can eat a lot of it without having to eat a lot of calories and a lot of carbs. So that's also another reason. What kind of hot sauce you guys like to use? I prefer Frank's, but the thing is, though, you can't just have one bottle of hot sauce inside your refrigerator, or if you have it in your cabinets. You have different hot sauces for different reasons. So you got Frank's for, I would say Frank's is more of an all-purpose for me, almost. You know, chicken and, you know, beef, things like that. But you gotta have like El Yucateca for, like, you know, Mexican food, and you gotta have, you know, Louisiana hot sauce for fish. There's just certain things. Because Frank's is more of a buffalo, right? It's a buffalo hot sauce. So you can't put Frank's, like for me, Frank's with, like if I was eating some like carne asada tacos or something like that, I'm not going to put Frank's on that. I'm going to put some salsa, like some salsa from the restaurant, or like some actual like Latin style salsa, like El Yucateca, something that's actually purposeful for that. But anyways, point being with that though, is find out what you like and what you like on your food, because, you know, I see a lot of youngsters, they cook and salt and pepper. It's funny, I was talking with my neighbor. He was kind of razzing me a little bit because one of my old buddies who worked in a restaurant, he's like, salt and pepper is not seasoning, it's a flavor enhancement. And once he kind of said it and explained to me, like, it makes sense. You put salt and pepper on an egg, tastes like more egg. You know, you taste the salt and pepper, but it's not like, you know, slap your mama seasoning or something else, you know, garlic salt or garlic powder, onion powder, like those are seasonings. But I agree, like when you have seasonings on there, then you throw some salt and pepper on, it enhances the seasonings that are on there. One thing that I do have integrated for a while now, that I put on my meat when I'm cooking it, is turmeric and cumin. I don't think that's new to a lot of people, but the flavor and the color you get out of your chicken when you cook with turmeric specifically, it's a nice yellow, kind of orange color, and it just changes the whole profile of the food. You can't use too much of it, just a little bit, especially a little bit of cumin. And a lot of restaurants, excuse me, use cumin, like, right? So if you look up like the Chipotle, I'm not saying anything that, you know, is a secret, the Chipotle recipe, as far as their chicken goes, they use cumin inside of it, I believe. I'm pretty sure about that. Either that or the beef. But a lot of restaurants that you like use cumin, use turmeric, and like you're like, oh, how do they make this? It's bomb. You can make it at home. Just learn how to season stuff. But I'm looking forward to the 5K. With it, you get your t-shirt, which unfortunately, well, maybe you're probably not gonna have my size. I'm gonna take it though, so that way one day I can fit in it. I'm collecting the little number things that go on your chest. I'm collecting those, so I've got the one so far. And then at some point in my man cave, hopefully I just have a couple of them and, you know, pictures, things I can look at to kind of help motivate me to continue. But so of course you get the t-shirt, and there is an entry fee. So you get the t-shirt, and then at the end of it, you get a medal, right? But the purpose of doing it is just doing something for, you know, with the wife that's, you know, getting us out there active, what have you, and not so much for just the point of just getting a medal or whatever. But so I'm looking forward to it. And, you know, I'm a Diamondback fan, so go downtown, walk around Chase Field. My goal with that, I keep saying my goal, what I like to do is with this 5K, my last 5K that I did, I walked the entire thing. I kind of sped walked some of it, but again, like I really didn't prep for it. Kind of just went straight raw out there, meaning prepping, like actually working out somewhat beforehand. I just did it a couple days before and then went out there, and man, my legs, calves, everything was burning. And so my goal is to really see how my body feels after this 5K or during the 5K, because I like to jog some of it, right? I think I'm gonna try to do intervals, so walking for a certain amount, jogging for a certain amount, jogging for a certain amount, walking for a certain amount, and not really so much focus on time, but I think I like to focus on that because I think I did it in about an hour and 20 minutes last go around. So we'll see. I have it in my I have it logged somewhere, but I'm really more so just gonna pay attention to how my body feels throughout it, because I know I've made progress, because I'm telling you, like, I was dogged at the end of that. Like, I came home, we talk about some of the best sleep ever, you know, after that, you know, that night, I didn't come home and go straight to sleep because I still had stuff to do. It's a good batch of watermelon. I like going to Sprouts to get some of their fruits and vegetables. I don't think it's necessarily because it's Sprouts and it's a fancier store, so they have better product, but I think they just consistently have better watermelon than when I go to another store that's in my area. Additionally, the lines are always shorter, so I can just be in and out. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat the rest of this, and head out with the wife here shortly, get our stuff for the 4th. So appreciate you guys watching the video. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here, and, you know, like, comment, subscribe. Definitely let me know your thoughts on the healthy eating mukbangs. I'd love to hear your guys' feedback. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and slide that in, so when I'm making the meals, show you guys what that looks like. If you want to, please let me know as I'm making the meals, how I make the meals, and then thoughts on just a conversation. We could talk about some things about, you know, maybe having, again, you know, what's going on, share anything you guys maybe want to know, but, you know, just have a conversation as I'm just having a good meal. And I appreciate you guys checking out the video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.